A warm welcome to the channel, especially if you are a newcomer. Now is your opportunity to get something free in your life by clicking the subscribe button and the notification, because then you will always know when a new video comes up. On this channel, we don't just talk about one thing. We do sometimes talk about China, Thailand, Cambodia, travel, cats, points of view, some things which have happened around the world. Today, I want to do something related to travel, and this is your carry-on luggage. Now, most people don't like airports, and the normal scenario is you get to the airport, you want to check in, you wait for half an hour to check in your carry-on luggage. Usually, if it's under 20 kilos, that's fine. You have carry-on luggage, and usually that's going to be about 7 kilograms. Then you would have to go through possibly passport control, and then you get to security. And this is when you want to make your life easier. Do wear comfortable clothing. Don't do something which is outstanding that draws attention to yourself. Now, in America, I think that you call it the TSA. In other countries, they have different rules, different regulations. Some security ask you to take your shoes off, like in Thailand, but here in Cambodia, they won't. Some people will ask you, or security will take you any electronic devices out, like your computer, from your carry-on luggage. And just make sure on your body that there's no metal. Now, there are some catches on some clothes, for example. It may have some metal thread in there that you don't know about. Just be aware. Just be aware of that situation, that anything metal is going to ping, and then you're going to go to a secondary search, or you're going to get wanded. Most of the time, it's fine. So your carry-on luggage, I have mine. I'm going away in a couple of days' time, and this is something I bought for about $30. It is a computer case, but for short distance, this is fine. Now, what I do, I separate it into two. The back side of it here, it's not full yet, but I have all my electronics in one place. So I'll put my computer there, and maybe you can see in there, I got some cables. I'm going on a small trip in about 10 days time, and this is something I got for $30. What I really liked about this bag is this, that it has a space here. So you can put this on the handle of your carry-on luggage, so you don't need to have a trolley when you get to the airport. It's just convenient. And what else do I have? In here, I would have, I smoke, I'm sorry, I'd have my cigarettes and lighter, and also my earphones. My next container here is sort of like all the important stuff. So here, wallet, and passport, phone, and maybe the wallet I would need, and all the things that I would need more for the actual journey. For example, here I've got my camera, easy, ready to use, and then that's about it. If it's a short trip, something like this is fine. I'm only flying for 40 minutes or 1 hour to Thailand. If you are going for a longer journey, then maybe some more essentials. Now, what I would bring, let's say I went to England last year in November. I bought a bigger bag so I can carry my computer. I also carried my iPad, which was sort of like a pointless thing. But also what I carry is some spares, spare underwear and spare socks, and maybe a spare shirt and a jumper or a sweater. I live in a hot country. I was going to England in November. It's going to be cold. So a little bit of the bag, which is bigger, but it's still under 7 kilos. I went business class actually, and I think you were allowed 10, but it was still under 7 regardless. So any sort of like emergency, like when you do go to the toilet and you may have a little bit of an accident one way or the other, let's not go there, but you prepare for it and you possibly won't need it. And maybe your feet are sweaty, you take your shoes off, and maybe after a while your feet are going to smell. Just get a fresh pair of socks and you can change them, and maybe a plastic bag or some kind of bag that you can put in your hand luggage, and any kind of used socks you can drop in there is going to take the smell away. It's something that makes life more convenient. Now, when you do go through the security in any airport, there usually are some video signs. Follow the video signs. So while you're waiting in the queue, take off your watch, okay? Take your wallet and put it in your hand luggage. Make sure it's secure. Make sure your passport is safe and sound. They may check it and they may ask you to scan your boarding pass. Do that, then put it somewhere safe. So a small, light carry-on bag is sort of ideal, because how many times have you been through the TSA or whatever, through security, and the person in front of you is like, oh, I don't know where my passport is. Oh, it's here, sir. And the line gets longer and longer. Now, in some countries, security is just a breeze. In England, for example, when you leave London, you don't go through any passport control. You will just go, you would scan your boarding pass at the gate, and then you'll go through security, then you're into the airside, or you're into the duty-free zone, and then you would have to fight for your McDonald's because there's a million different people. Unless you're going business or first, and you would have the lounge access there. I'm digressing and maybe showing off a little bit as well. What else? So just making it convenient for you. So that horrible security officer there who thinks he's like the most powerful man in the world with his wand that can scam. He can be like a little dictator. So don't give him the opportunity, because I'm sure they would love to give you a frisk or a body search or something like that, because it just breaks up a very boring day for them. I find it surprising when I do. Now, I don't travel as much as I used to. Last year was 3 times, so 4 times, and this year possibly like 3 small trips to Thailand. I just make it just really simple. And the thing is, if it's a short flight, keep your carry-on minimal. If it's a longer flight, do. I think it's time for a coffee here. Cheers. Do bring a bigger bag, but make it convenient for you. That's the whole thing. And make it accessible. And if someone does want to search it, you have everything there, which is fine. You can bring power banks through, but they got to be under some certain wattage or whatever. I actually don't know. I don't bring this along with me. It's just something that I've had for years. And the thing is, when you do get landside, you can always find a charging point for your phone. So do make sure you have the right connections for your mobile phone. Now, with this in mind, you think about what happened not so long ago with the thing in Japan, and how 379 people were evacuated in under, let's say, 90 seconds off an Airbus A380 in Tokyo International Airport. It's a miracle. The reason why it worked is that people didn't take their carry-on luggage. They left it there. But they did carry their passport. They did carry their phone, and they did carry their wallet. So when you do travel and it's short distance, you could say this is being a really good prepper, that you make sure your wallet is in your handbag or the cross here or in your pocket. Your phone can be in your hand or your back pocket, and your passport Again, if you're a guy, I always put it, I'm not going to say actually, but I will put it in a front pocket which is secure. And you can always check it just by, well, can I say feeling yourself? But you know what I'm trying to say with that. And why I'm making this video, because the amount of times at the age of 55, I've been through security and some guy is taking off his jacket and then the phone, he's not prepared before the security or the TSA. And that makes the queue really long, especially if it's a really busy airport. And it just is frustrating. The things we all don't like in airport is going through security. It's annoying, but it's absolutely essential, and it gets tighter as years go by. I think saying that, it also has relaxed in a way that you don't have to, you can keep your shoes on. That's one. In some places, you just put everything, your backpack or your carry-on, just in one bag, and that you don't need to separate your computer, phone, etc. That's in some, but not all. So in Thailand, for example, you have to take your shoes off, and it's been like that for years. It's really annoying. You have to take your computer still out of your bag, but in some places like Singapore, I think, don't quote me, you don't have to. It's just like the old days. You're just going through this machine and you just make sure you don't have any metal on you like this, like your glasses, or as I said before, something that you may be unaware of, because it will be picked up and then you're going to be warned, maybe put into a secondary room, which the security will absolutely love. White glove, mister. Yeah. So this is why I'm making it, because some people are literally unaware and they may only go to an airport once in a blue moon. And they're not the best places in the world to be at, but they are essential. You can get from New York to Los Angeles in 4 hours for there, and then you pick up your bag, get into a taxi. That's another problem along the line. But the security is something which is essential. You have to accept it. Don't get mad with it. These guys do it for a living. So what you can do is to prep for your journey to be happier, more convenient, by being a little bit organized. And if it's just a short trip, just bring the essentials. But don't bring, if you are bringing any liquids in your bag, under 100 millimeters, no, not millimeters, milliliters. Yeah? So a small toothpaste, a small bottle of mouthwash, a little bit of aftershave, whatever. And the thing is, you can always buy it in the other destination, unless it's sort of like a town in Africa like Timbuktu, where it isn't. But then you can have the regular kind of items like your aftershave, your toothbrush, your perfume, your toothpaste, the big whatever of it, and 1 liter of mouthwash. That's fine there. So just the essentials. And if it's a short flight, just the your electronics, your passport, your wallet, a pen is always essential, and make sure that everything is of easy access for you to get. But also do be aware there are people wherever you go who loves to take your wallet. So don't put it in your back pocket. When you're in, I don't know, Jakarta in Indonesia, don't put your phone in your back pocket. It will disappear. Someone will be happy to take that from you and use that phone for themselves. I think I rambled on quite a lot about this, so let's leave it for today. I hope it was useful, especially for those people who haven't been to an airport for a long time. Some are good, some are bad, some is really slow, some you think is pointless. Just accept it. You don't want to cause a problem with the TSA. I don't know what TSA stands for, but I know it's the security in the airport related to your bag search, etc., etc. So with a nice cup of coffee, I will wish you a happy day and enjoy your travels, wherever your travels may be. My name is James. This is the James N. Cooper Show. Give it a like, subscribe, contribute with lots of money. You can with the link in the description below. And wherever you are, a happy day. I think that's about it. Bye-bye.